What's up guys, it's MrLz here, and today I will be making a different video. So today I will be making my melee fantasy draft team for CEO. And so at the moment on Smash GG, which is a website that I'm basing this format off, they haven't made one for CEO, so I thought I'd just make one on my own because I really wanted to do one for CEO because that one has some big names in. So yeah. And so it's gonna have pretty much the same money for each player and the same budget, pretty much. And yeah, so let's just get right into my first pick. For my first pick, which is $250, I'm gonna pick Leffen. He's really, really good in general, and his play is just phenomenal. Okay, let's just say his play is very, very good. He beat Hungrybox and Gom twice, and he also beat Amada. That's that's pretty good for beating top first and second seed in the world. And so if he plays, I don't know if he can be able to play how he did at Gom, but if he did, then I think there's a high chance that he could actually take up the tournament. Now, do I think that he will play that good? I don't know. He shows that he can beat Hungrybox and Amada, which sort of makes it so there's a chance of him beating him, but it's a difference between can he play on that top level for like a longer time, like can he keep on that top level for a longer time, or will he sort of burn out straight away? Because can he keep that top position at Gom, or will he drop when CEO comes around? So I haven't really seen him with other tournaments, if he's played other tournaments. But all I know is that he's very, very good. And his fundamentals are really, really good. And he's just... The reason why he's top is because he took out Hungrybox and Amada, which sort of shows that he can beat them. But it's going to be... He can, but we'll see if he will. And so that will mean that Leffen costs 250 because he's not first seed, and first seed's 260, and then and then uh and then 2 to 5, something around that, is 250, and then I sort of go down from that. Anyway, so for my next pick, I'm actually gonna be picking King. Now, King has been a little rocky in his tournament placings lately. He went really well in Smash the Summit, but again, places like Gom, I think he got ninth. I'm not 100% sure, so don't count me on that. But I know he's been going pretty rocky in his tournaments lately. But I gotta say, since he played so well at Smash Summit, he shows that he can be one of the best players in the world, undoubtedly. But because he beat Amada in Smash Summit 2, 3 love. Well, I play tennis. I'm sorry, like 3-0. And yet, or 3-0. Okay. Anyway, he beat him 3-0, but yet now he still places low in tournaments. And even though, like, Hungrybox beat him still, even when he was supposedly playing at his peak, he still lost to Hungrybox, and he still lost to Amada when he went to losers. Well, at least that's my opinion. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But King has some really good widespread and character diversity. He has a Sheik, he has a Fox, and he has a Marth. That's his 3 mains. His Sheik is, I don't think it is as good as his Marth or Fox. That's only because whenever I've seen it, it's fell flat, in my opinion. His Marth has crazy combos, especially on FD. King, when he's playing really well, could probably combo you to death in like one chain grab and then spike or whatever. His Fox, when he started listening to people, because the reason why he was so good in Smash Summit, supposedly, was because he started to listening to people and started, like, being more aggressive in a way, like, doing more things instead of just camping with Foxton and going to the other stage, which is something I like to enjoy to watch, like, see people mix it up every now and then. But ever since he's listened to people, he's sort of gotten better. And because of that, I think if Music King also listens to people and what they say, I think he could be really, really good for a top contender in top 3 or top 2 if he's playing how he did at Smash Summit. Well, yes, we'll see here. But do I think he's gonna get it? Like Leffen, I'm not sure, but in this case, I highly doubt it because he's played other tournaments that I've seen compared to Leffen, which I haven't really seen any tournament. And since Leffen's tournament, the Golm tournament was so much earlier, means so much later, so it's closer to CEO than Smash Summit, which is like much further away, and there's a big span between then and the tournaments that I've seen Music King in. He hasn't made that big of an impact, getting 9th or 10th. But I'm a little bit of a Music King fan. I do like his play a lot, especially his moth is amazing. So this is a little bit of bias, but I think in the same case as Leffen, he can beat them. He can beat Leffen, but he hasn't beaten Hungry Box in, I don't even know when the last time he beat Hungry Box. But Hungry Box, he didn't beat him at Smash Summit. He lost to him. But it was fairly close. And if he's playing, he has to play even better than how he was at Smash Summit, which I think that's when nearly his peak was. But so if he plays better than his Smash Summit, how he's playing at Smash Summit, I think there's a chance that he can get 3rd or 2nd. I don't know about first. I think Armada or Hungry Box will destroy him. I don't want to say that, but like especially Hungry Box. I think Hungry Box is so perfect with his precision, and even though I've seen like how like he's already like sometimes he'll kill himself because he goes too deep, for the edge guard. But if I definitely think that Hungry Box or Armada or even Leffen, which would be really annoying because I saw Leffen like beat Music King and winners at Golem. But somebody's gonna take him out, and it's just gonna be, can he play where he's so good that he plays better than at the Smash Summit and takes first place? Or that other people might choke, or that he gets 3rd or 2nd, or that he chokes and he gets sniped. There's a lot of different possibilities because he has like a little bit of depression, but I'm not gonna get into that. But he does some his ranks, like sorry, not his ranks, his placings in tournaments lately had been a little rocky, which I think this is a bit of a risky pick, but if he plays well, then I think it could work out. And this is also the reason why I didn't pick Wobbles, was because he plays so risky as well. He's like C9 Mango, how he plays really, really risky, and you never know if he's gonna go for it or not. And I think because of that, he's unpredictable, and sometimes like the bigger plays, I feel like would just demolish him. Like even though he's so good, I feel like Wobbles would get demolished. So that's why I'm picking Music King. Is more of a I don't even know if Wobbles is in this tournament. I think he is. But yeah, Wobbles is in this tournament. But I feel like Music King can make better work than Wobbles. But we'll wait and see until then. But hopefully Music King goes well. But if not, I'm sure that Leffen will get a pretty good place. So Leffen and Music King together cost 500. So now my new bow is 1,000. And so there's still plenty of money to use, but I'm gonna have to go a little lower. And for the next pick, I'm actually gonna be picking Axe. Now Axe, he's he's so good with, he's so quick and fast, but he does use Pikachu, and that's what brings him down, in my opinion. I think he could be one of the best smashers in the world, but because of his Pikachu, he, in my opinion, he's not that good. Because Pikachu, he doesn't really have very good, like, can't really do much on Shield. And, he's just, like, the Pikachu, even though up throw into Thunder is a possibility, it's, it's just more of an Axis, such a good player. And that's the main reason why I picked him. Now, with Axe, he normally places pretty well in tournaments, not as well as Leffen or King, but he does place fairly well in tournaments. His Pikachu, which is his main, is outstanding, even though Pikachu is put midish tier, I think. Like something, yeah, around mid tier. And yet his Pikachu is amazing. He has a lot of Pikachu does have a pretty decent recovery, even though its hitbox is stretched out. The Pikachu can go a lengthy distance, and you can mix it up. But Axe's combos with Pikachu is pretty pretty good, and his edge guarding as well. He uses his quick attack a lot. I think like you can use the quick attack on Pikachu for a mix up. I hope, but like Pikachu, because I also play Smash 4 and a little bit of Melee, so if I get that mixed up, sorry, but yeah, so his Pikachu is so good, and he also does have a secondary Falco, which is pretty decent, not even close to how good his Pikachu is though, just for the fact that I'm guessing that just because he uses Pikachu much more than the Falco. But even then, his Falco is still really good. Like, he could take out some big names. And, it's just that his Pikachu, even though it's a bad character, he still plays so well with it. And that's what I like, uniqueness. So I don't want to just have, all foxes and stuff when I create a fantasy team. I want to have that variety. And I think that Axe can do that. I mean, he 4-0'd Silent Wolf in a minute. That was hilarious. And he just plays so amazing. He plays so fast and so quickly. He plays so fast and quick that it's mind-boggling that he can play that well, and even like pressure against shield is actually pretty good, even though Pikachu, that's one of his main weaknesses. And I'm really happy. Like, he's the only one that is that good with Pikachu. And also the matchup. Like, not many people really know the matchup. And that's also a good thing. Because when you have a really good player with the other opponent not really knowing the matchup, well, at least for most people, not really knowing the matchup, it really helps him in a way that he could... I don't think he can drop far down because some people might not know the matchup. So even if he's not playing that well, he's definitely gonna get... I mean, okay, not definitely, but I think he could get into top 18 or top 16, sorry. And in my opinion, he doesn't really choke much. He always stays at the same level from what I've seen. So if I were to guess where he would be placed, I would place him end of top 8. Like, if he's playing really well, maybe 8th, or if he's playing not very well, then maybe just somewhere between 16 and 12 or something like that. But if he is playing how he played against people like Silent Wolf or because he did do some work against Amada when he was versing him in the Summit, but still Amada beat him, but he did play pretty well. And so yeah, I'm gonna pick Axe, and yeah, he's a really good player. MacD is one of the best Peaches in the world. Probably not the best, because Amada would probably take that spot, but he's still pretty good. He normally gets solid results in tournaments, such as in Super Smash Con and PAX Prime, where he got 5th in singles and 1st in doubles. He also got 17th in EVO and 9th in CEO. He's a very solid player, and he is pretty good. Now, even though I don't know much about him, I can tell that from the matches I've seen, he is really good. Even though he may not have the technical level of Leffen or Mewtwo King, he is still a really great player and knows a lot of mix-ups. In my opinion, he will probably get a pretty good result. Maybe not, hopefully in the top 10, but if he gets something around 10 or 20, it won't be that bad. His last results have been pretty good, but we'll see what happens. Nun is one of the best Captain Falcons in the world. Now, when I was making my list, I was choosing between Nun or Wizrobe, and I chose Nun because, going by the ranking system of how I had it, he was a little bit cheaper, and that means I could have chose a little bit better player. But also, Nun is very, very good. His Captain Falcon is very explosive when he gets those combos, and he isn't afraid to style on people. He is and will probably be one of the best Captain Falcon players of all time. And I think he could be top 10 in the world if he can continue on the rate that he is at. Now, Nun is a very, very good player. He's got very solid rankings as well. He's beaten players such as Abu and a couple of other really good players. But I still don't see him much. He's never that player to be in winners. He's more of a not to not be in winners, but in the major tournaments. He can get solid results in that, but nowhere near to he doesn't really he gets close, but he isn't really normally in top 8. But he does get very consistent results in, especially for the ranking he is at the moment. So yeah, Nun is my 6th pick, and yeah, he's a really good player. Now, Esam is a unique case. He beat Armada in a match, in the crew battle, and that's pretty surprising for me because Armada's the best in the world, and yet, and yet he beat him. I mean, Isem's a very, very good player. He also plays Smash 4, and his Pikachu is quite amazing as well. I mean, when people saw him playing Melee, they thought, no. Like, they thought that Isem couldn't do good in Melee. They thought, no, he's just really good in Smash 4. And yet, the way he plays well. His Samus is so good. And it's just surprising how well he's been going. He's been getting really consistent results in Melee, and the times I've seen him, he's been playing very well. Now, I don't think he's going to get as well as he did against Armada last time in the crew battle. But I think if he can play how he normally plays, he could get a pretty good result. Even with this stacked tournament, he's a very good player, and even with Smash 4, he knows how to be quick with Samus because he uses Pikachu. And Pikachu in Smash 4, you have to be really quick with him. You have to be able to do quick attack a lot and be able to combo into Thunder. And he's sort of, I don't know if I'm pretty sure he did Melee first and then went to more of a Smash 4 player and then went back to Melee. But he's got that, he's fast and quick enough to be able to catch up with guys like Amada. Now, I haven't really seen him against guys like Hungrybox, but I would say that he could have a chance of taking out some big names. But again, a lot of people will probably be able to take him out because the only big result I've seen is him taking out Amada. And I have seen him go very well in tournaments, so I think he could be a very good player. He could go very good in this tournament if He plays how he normally does, and he plays well. Now, with Esam, I think it's hard to place him. I think I would place him around where I would place MacD. But if he does play how he did play against Samada, he could get something like fifth, sixth, around that area if he's playing how he played before. And I haven't seen really a drop in his level of skill because he knows how to play Smash. Like, he knows how to play different styles, and he has different characters. And I don't know if he has a secondary Pikachu, but I would guess he would have a secondary Pikachu. But his Samus is pretty amazing. Like, he's very consistent, and yeah, I can't wait to see more of him. And hopefully, he goes well in this tournament. I think he will probably go well though. But yeah, so Esam, he's a really good player, and yeah, that's why I chose him. And for my final six, I'm just gonna run through them real quick since like most of them are only like around 40, and so I'm just gonna pick them out randomly. So Wobbles, which is the only really big one in this last six, he is again very good player, best ICs in the world, and he has won pretty big tournaments and faced really big names, and I think he would probably be a higher than none and some other people, but well, he actually is higher than none, but I just forgot to change up the because I had already made the one for none. But yeah, he's a really good player, but he's behind a couple of people as well though. But yeah, Wobbles is a very good player. Also, Bears from PG, which is Panda Gaming, which has Plup and Wobbles, so there's two big names, and I haven't really seen any gameplay from Bear, but I'm thinking he would be pretty good. Nightmare, I've actually seen him play. I'm pretty sure a Marth main, and he has a very good Marth, and he's supposedly the he's part of this group called the Sixth God or something like that, or he is the Sixth God. I'm not 100% sure, but people call him the Sixth God, and yeah, he's very good. MrLz is the young prodigy, and he is very good. He got first at Paragon for Project M, so he can very easily beat a couple of people. But Project M he mains a Game & Watch, but in Melee he mains Falco and Marth as well, mostly Marth though. And then Pi and Owl, I don't really know any of them. I just chose them just because I had some slots left, so I just chose them. Yeah, so that's my Smash Bros. Melee CO's fantasy team, and this is a little something different. So if you enjoy, give it a like and comment your fantasy team for CEO. Anyway, until next time, bye guys.